Welcome back to our 100% playthrough of The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim on PlayStation 4. In the last episode, we have finally started the quest to gain our spouse, now that we have become the Harbinger of the Companions. And that has brought us to Mjoll in order to find the legendary sword, the Grimsever. We ran to quite a few bandits along the way, until the bandits finally died off, and now we're just left with the robotic-looking dwarven monsters from here on out. So now that we're about midway through the dungeon, let's continue. Most of these dwarven ruins look the same, but one thing that is unique to all of them is they typically have some sort of puzzle you have to figure out. So in this case, we have a lever to pull, two different routes. This one opens the gate on the left. This one closes that gate, opens the next one. This one, let's see if I remember, leaves that one open and opens a gate right there near the first one. So if we backtrack and undo these two, now we have a way forward to this lever. Pulling this one opens the next door, closes the one behind us. At this point, this one seemingly does nothing, but it actually opens that way forward. So now we have to do this to get our way behind us back open again. This one to open the way forward. And now you can see we can finally get to a valve. Not sure how effective that is, considering there's a section of the pipe missing, but steam be steam. And at that point you can see all of the gates opened. That was the final solution for that puzzle. Now that is normally the tone it plays when a dungeon is clear. Let's check our log real quick. Yeah, see, Mjoll is not considered clear yet. A little bit of a fake out there. But that is the tone you want to listen for, just to make sure that a area actually is clear. And on we go to the Mjoll depths. Okay, second time getting cornered by everyone. But down to the depths, we can see we have Dwarven Spider that's already destroyed, thanks to this Falmer, aka Snow Elf. They have very poor eyesight, but don't let that fool you, because it is insanely hard to sneak around them. Their senses are heightened, and I will tell you, this area is a beating to get through. They are pretty much fully resistant to magic. It seems to be hard to do too much to them. Flames does nothing. Frostbite does pretty much nothing. Sparks pretty much does nothing. So, we got Wuthrad for a reason. It's supposed to do more damage to elves. So on we go. And this is the main problem you face. Narrow walkways where you get absolutely cornered by these guys. So resist poison, because we actually have a chorus that you can't see hanging off to the side, constantly poisoning us. So resort to our potions mostly here. Regenerate magic and resist literally everything. Restore magic, you got it. Anything we can do to make ourselves untouchable, use it. One down, one being difficult. We still have the chorus on the loose back here. So let's get it to autosave. And let's draw him to us. Since it is a critter, let's go ahead. Flames with the ray. At this point, we have to be very careful of our weight. Not take anything we absolutely don't need. This will be another benefit once we have our spouse. And the chorus was coming from over here. And they are an absolute menace because their poison does so much damage, it's ridiculous. But as you can see, more so than that, they're really fast. And again, one thing I really dislike about this area, these narrow walkways over the water. Just makes the platforming an absolute pain here. As you can see, the course can hit you long range. So let's finish this thing off before we get too much further in the sticks here. Got it. Alright, so raid him. And also his eggs. If I remember, the chorus eggs do sell for a pretty good amount of money. Let's go ahead and raid the nest. One thing about it, though, is it does weigh quite a bit. We'll probably have to adjust some things. Didn't even know there was a bench there. Not today. Thank you. Okay. With that said and done, let's move on. For the love of gosh, quick save. Alright. Only one more staying before us and the next area. So let's go ahead. Flames at the ray. And him before he knows what happened. I cannot wait until we get better destruction magic, because this is absolutely ridiculous. Smaller enemies, animals, critters, definitely works on. Not so much your elves. So let's get healed back up here. And let's just quick save our way through. You can tell we are tackling this dungeon way too early when we are struggling this much to make any progress. So let's go ahead, if we're able to wait, and let Werewolf take it from here. Because we have got to get ourselves better magic spells. Especially now that we're leveling up Destruction Conjuration. Because the Falmer are a bit resistant to it to begin with, which doesn't help our case much. But now that we know that we're dealing with humanoid creatures, let's go. Go ahead and feed on the ones that are already down, just to keep the werewolf a bit longer, to make sure it doesn't run out on us, and help toward our progress of leveling it up. Just like that, got another perk available. Now ultimately you do get a trophy for completing the entire werewolf tree. We don't have to worry about that so much because we've already got it. But just saying to keep in mind that you absolutely do want to fill out the werewolf tree before you get rid of it. And one more hiding in the corner. Give it a whack. Unleash the beast, and we're ready to move on. Looks like one more. Of course it's gonna be an archer hiding in the shadows. This is even with 50% increased damage. I'm not sure if they level entirely with you, but I do know up to a certain point they absolutely level up with you. Because you'll start to see various versions of the Falmer going forward. As well as the chorus hunters and reapers. Okay, got our magic user here. We're not even getting that started. Just get out of here. Don't join in. This doesn't involve you. Thank you. Me and my friend were talking. Now you and I can talk. Or do a flip. Don't know. But we're doing it. Alright. Moving on from here, and of course you can just do a quick check to see if there's any good loot laying around. Normally these Dwemer Ruins typically don't have a whole lot of loot. Here is your typical Falmer Mage, which we absolutely do not want to deal with as a werewolf. And something spitting at us, it's gotta be one of the chorus. It is, and of course we got an archer to go with him. Do you mind? Thanks for the health up. This chorus is being absolutely annoying as usual. And their poison just does an immense amount of damage, so try and keep it close. Now we've unlocked the ability, we can feed on wild creatures too, you just don't get as much towards your perks. Alright, hopefully we should be getting near the end of this. Usually that's how these Dwemer Ruins go. They usually start as a Dwemer Ruin, they usually end up as a Falmer settlement. Yeah, it looks like we have made it to the grand area, so let's go ahead and quick save. And here we go. What is our final trial? Looks like a whole settlement. Alright, before you know what's going on, looks like the arrows are going to be sniping, potentially. Yep. Again, isolate. Deal with them one at a time. And quickly feed to keep that health up. Okay. Now at this point, we go up to the very top, and there should be a switch up here. There's also a sniper, so you can just go away. Bye. And right here is a button we can press to open the gate down below. Or at least it's supposed to. That's a door, if I remember, you can lockpick. But I don't think there's anything important in there. We're really just here for one main reason. And it's getting a bit ominous when the music cuts out. There's the one we knocked off the balcony. Again, very cheap ability of the werewolf. Just like your Fooster does shout. You can just smack them off the ledges. Easy kill. Wow, you may be the first one that's actually survived that. And already they're leveling up on us. Here we go. We are having none of this magic garbage. Get out of here with that. You're why people give elves the bad name. Don't worry, I know your story's tragic. Like most of Skyrim. Alright, destroyed Dwemer. Up we go. To the gatehouse. Could this finally be the holding place? Oh, no. I see a centaur. I see a centaur that's come to life. Oh, jeez. AKA your cyber demon equivalent in Skyrim. You typically never want to go hand to hand with these things. For that reason. Have to leave that death in, it was too perfect. This is not what we need to be dealing with, especially as a werewolf. Wait it out. So let's make sure we are still at full health. Good. Let's get our bow, make sure we have reasonable arrows equipped. Strongest ones we have, let's see, 7, 14. Anything better than 14? No. Alright. Sneak down, peg this thing. Wait, what? No arrows equipped. Are you not equipped? Oh yes, the bolts are for the crossbow. I always forget. When I started playing Skyrim, the crossbow wasn't the thing. So, orcish arrows. Best thing we have. Here we go. We can't zoom in, but come on, you can't miss a target that big. And we are going to use a well-known strategy called Tactical Retreat. AKA, he shouldn't be able to come to exit door, and if he does, we run out. Wait till you're hidden again, that'll increase our sneak skill. Giving us the level up, which we absolutely want to hold on to until we need it. Wait for him to go back to his spot. Or at least far enough away from us. And let's peg him a few more times. What in the heck are you doing? Again, hide at the entrance. If he does spot you, just run out the door. In the meantime, this is increasing both our archery, which we're going to need to be able to zoom in. We'll need that ability for when we have the bound bow for conjuration. because we'll still want to be able to zoom it in. Because it's not so easy taking shots like this with no zoom. And we just keep taking advantage of this. Since we are leveling up those abilities so much, let's just go ahead and use the level up just so we get credit for them. I'm pretty sure it still gives you credit in the background, but we just want to make absolute sure. At this point, might as well have bows do more damage since we're attacking them. Back to hidden, come on. Got it, got it. Few more pot shots. Now he almost saw us there. So again, the closer the eye gets to being open, or if it's fully open and you're able to go back to hidden, the bigger increase it does to your sneak skill. And we are about done with this one, thankfully. Because if we went in there fisticuffs, or even with our puny little flame spell, we would get annihilated in an instant. This is basically the cyber demon of Skyrim. They do massive damage, lightning quick, and are slow as molasses, as you can see. And I believe there's some of them that actually explode. But he's kind of the basic one, not too bad. Now let's go in. There's a few more enemies in here, but you heard the choir sound, meaning this dungeon is now finished. That was the dungeon boss. So let's go ahead, guard ourselves from AR intruders. Like that. Why is our magic so terrible? My goodness. Literally take anything possible to get you out of this situation. This is why you hate to say a lot of people end up resorting to Stealth Archer. We're not going to do that, but you can see why so many people do. Because you really have to have a lot of investment into magic for it to help you much. Even now with our healing spell, taking forever to heal. But don't worry, I believe we have college in our midst coming up. Because we absolutely have to get our magic skills up quickly. And there's no better place to train it than at the college. So we clearly have our next mission in sight once we have our wife. We're pretty much overweight now, so only take the essentials. Dwarven stuff is extremely heavy. Activate Dwarven Mechanism. I don't know if we want to do that yet. We probably do to open the door. Now here is Grimsever, what we've been after this entire time. I would say that was her shield too. Activate the mechanism, we lack the required item. So this is actually part of another quest later on for the Ethereal Forge, if I remember. So we will absolutely be back here again. Much harder enemies, I'm sure, then, but at least we already know the layout. Thank goodness. Done with that. Done getting the Grimsever. Hit the switch to open the express gate out of here, which also will give us a shortcut back to the end of the dungeon going forward. And before we marry our lovely bride-to-be, there is one thing I like to take care of first. Or you know what, we'll do it after. That's fine. Let's go ahead and make sure she's taken care of first. Let's go ahead and skip to Mistvale Keep.
Yeah?
I've located Grimsever.
Astonishing. To think you actually were able to reach it, and yet return to tell the tale? Rarely in my travels have I encountered those who possess skills equal to your own. I see I still have much to learn. If you'd permit me, I'd be honored to accompany you in your travels for a time.
Interested in me, are you?
I am. I'd be glad to stand by your side until the Divines take us, if you'll have me.
I will. Together, then.
Together.
Tell me she is not the greatest Viking that has ever Vikinged.
You go ahead and arrange the wedding ceremony when you're ready. I see I still have much to learn.
You better believe it.
A fine day to you, friend. May you die with a sword in your hands.
Absolutely. So again, the reason we go after Mjoll is because she is the only spouse in the game that is unkillable. She is labeled as essential. Enemies cannot kill her. Even you cannot kill her. The only thing you'll end up doing is, one, making her mad at you, and then if you knock her out again, she'll teleport back to your home and act as if nothing ever happened. She is literally the perfect companion once Aaron's out of the picture.
How may I help you, my son?
I'd like to have a wedding at the temple.
You wish to be married? It's good to see love blossoming even during these difficult times. Your wedding will be held tomorrow, from dawn until dusk. Don't be late. You don't want to miss your own wedding.
That'd be pretty embarrassing.
May you return to her benevolence in safety.
So all we have to do is just wait 24 hours outside,